At Ecoculture, we work every day to help plants overcome the most difficult challenges. One of the most serious threats are vascular diseases caused by fungi, viruses, and bacteria. The vascular system of plants is the network of specialized tissues responsible for transporting water, minerals, and organic substances between different organs, roots, leaves, stems, flowers, and fruits. It is made up of two types of conductive tissues, xylem and phloem. Xylem transports water and mineral salts from the roots to the leaves, moving upward. It contains vessels and tracheids, which function like pipes. It is the main tissue invaded by fungi such as Fusarium and Verticillium. Phloem transports sugars produced in the leaves to the rest of the plant, roots, fruits, shoots, moving both upward and downward. It is sensitive to viruses and bacteria that spread through it. These vascular processes become severely compromised during infection. Vascular diseases primarily affect the xylem and phloem, blocking the transport of water and nutrients, weakening tissues, and in many cases, causing the plant to die. There are many fungi, bacteria, and vascular viruses that attack crops. Bacteria move faster than fungi and usually produce visible exudates, often white or milky, and they require entry points. Many fungi, however, can actively penetrate plant tissues. Viruses, meanwhile, require a vector to introduce them into the plant and tend to spread mainly through the phloem. The attack usually begins in the roots, colonizing the vascular system and generating toxins that damage the crop's health and productivity. Vascular diseases do not enter by themselves, they need a wound in the plant. These wounds can be produced in several ways. First, by natural factors, water stress or salinity can cause root cracks. Certain nematodes puncture the tissues, creating entry points. Soil insects, such as beetle larvae or termites, chew on the roots and leave openings. Even root growth in heavy soils can create microfissures. Second, through agricultural activities, tillage, transplanting, aggressive fertilizers, or root pruning can damage tissues and expose them to infection. And third, through other diseases, root rots caused by soil fungi weaken the roots and facilitate entry of vascular pathogens such as Fusarium. All these wounds become perfect access points for fungi, bacteria, and viruses. The plant then produces an oxidative response. Photosynthesis drops, and reactive oxygen species accumulate. Ethylene and calcium loss increase, while salicylic acid and jasmonic acid pathways are activated. Cal-lose is deposited in the vascular system, forming a physical barrier against fungal colonization. A hypersensitive response and programmed cell death occur, reducing the absorption and movement of sugars, amino acids, and micronutrients. Symptoms include wilting of leaves and stems, dark discoloration of roots or stems, stunted growth, general weakening of the plant, and progressive yellowing of the leaves. In response to this challenge, at Ecoculture we propose an effective strategy based on plant physiology and innovative products. An integrated three-step solution, NH-delta, X-stress, and Dentamet. Let's see how each one works and why their combination makes the difference. At Ecoculture, the first step in our strategy is NH-delta, a key product for regenerating roots and helping the plant close wounds, reducing the entry of pathogens such as Fusarium. The nitrogen in amide form present in NH-delta is especially beneficial for this process. First, it stimulates the growth of new roots, as it is essential for producing proteins, enzymes, and cytokinins, hormones that promote the formation of young, healthy roots. It also helps repair wounds in damaged roots by providing energy and supporting cellular regeneration. It increases the synthesis of compounds that seal tissues and reduce the risk of infection. NH-delta provides indirect protection against pathogens by slightly acidifying the rhizosphere, making it more difficult for fungi such as Fusarium and other soil pathogens to develop. Thanks to this technology, the plant regains a healthier root system, more functional, and more resistant to vascular diseases. Now we move to the second pillar of our strategy, X-stress, a foliar fertilizer specifically designed to help the plant overcome stress conditions. Thanks to its formulation technology, X-stress improves the absorption of microelements, combined with glycine that stimulate the production of natural antioxidants. Its application helps the plant maintain active photosynthesis and increase the levels of protective compounds such as jasminates, salicylates, glutathione, and other essential antioxidants. This reduces harmful substances such as ROS, ethylene, or ammonium, helping the plant maintain physiological balance. As a result, we obtain more productive crops, higher fruit quality, and plants with greater resistance to adverse conditions such as cold, extreme heat, UV radiation, salinity, or pathogen attack. It is important to remember that X-stress does not act directly on diseases, but it enables the plant to activate its own defense mechanisms, especially against pathogens that affect the vascular system. Additionally, by improving antioxidant status, X-stress reduces callus formation, hypersensitive response, and programmed cell death, also improving the transport of sugars and amino acids through the phloem. Together, X-stress is a key ally to keep the plant protected, active, and metabolically balanced. Dentamet completes the strategy as the shock action tool and works synergistically with NH-delta and X-stress. Dentamet is a patented formulation based on zinc and copper, complexed with a molecule derived from citric acid. Thanks to this technology, it reaches extremely high systemicity, entering the plant and moving through the xylem in less than 2 hours after application. Inside the plant, its composition creates an unfavorable environment for fungal development. Dentamet works in perfect synergy with X-stress. Independent trials show a 70% reduction in the incidence of vascular diseases with Ecoculture's integrated strategy compared with conventional treatments. With this program, crops have resisted diseases far better. We have saved many plants and improved production. Growers repeat the treatment year after year. It is not just an emergency solution, but a continuous management strategy. Field data supports the results: greater biomass, improved nutrient efficiency, and higher tolerance to diseases. What is important is to understand that we are helping the plant defend itself from within, activating its natural mechanisms. NH-delta, X-stress, and Dentamet act synergistically. NH-delta activates secondary root production and repairs wounds. X-stress keeps the plant's defense mechanisms active, reduces oxidation, and stops vascular tissue deterioration. Dentamet inhibits disease development and supports the action of X-stress. A highly effective, scientifically designed solution for more resilient and productive agriculture. Ecoculture is committed to innovation, sustainability, and plant health. Ecoculture. Stress specialists.